Folks, welcome back to another video. I am Professor Vincent. Today we're going to be talking about what does it mean to be a Pokemon sealed investor? What do I mean by investing into Pokemon? What do I actually do? What am I trying to get to? And today that's what we're going to be talking about. So, to start off, what does it mean to be a sealed investor? So, sealed investing is just holding on to Pokemon product that hasn't been opened, hasn't been ripped, and the point of it is that we are going to be holding for a longer period of time, right? Investing isn't something that you're going to do in 1 to 2 years. It's more of a 5 to 10 year game. And that's what we want to do. We want to hold for longer periods of time and let product appreciate when we buy it, right? We're not flipping things. We're not doing all the extra work to make the easy, 10% gain, right? We're not wanting to do that, right? Sealed investing is holding for that 5 year range, selling then, and then reinvesting. So when we hit a certain price point that we feel we have gained enough profit or doubled enough, then that is when we want to sell and get into cheaper product that we think is going to continue to double. The whole point is to hold product for that 5 year mark, 5 to 10 years, and then start selling, right? Realistically, you can do it once you hit around 2.5 when the product usually isn't printed anymore and you're able to really see gains as the product is not going to be produced anymore, and they're going to be making the new sets. And right now we are in a predicament of having a huge demand for Pokemon product and sealed product in general, and everything around the board, honestly, in Pokemon. So anything in Pokemon and everything has went up in the past 3 months, and so you could have put money anywhere, set it to the side, put it in the closet, and you would have made money. So how do we continue to do that, right? Eventually they're going to figure out the right medium to where the product isn't going to do that. In 2027, it'll probably happen when things start slowing down, as there's going to be that print facility out there. And so when the print facility comes, I expect there to be a lot more product being sent out, which could get to the supply demand medium, but that time will tell. Time will tell for that. But sealed product, we want to hold that for longer periods of time and see gains, right? That's the whole point. We want to hold. And some people don't like that. Some people, I've gotten a lot of kickback on thinking I'm the reason why the hobby is just going into shambles, and why people are, losing everything about them. It's a little insane to think about it in when anyone can do it, right? Anyone can buy product and just set it aside, and there shouldn't be any reason to think that someone is a terrible person for doing that. But that's what they're doing. Some people are out there that are just coming for you. But the point is to make money, right? We're here to make money. We're not here for the emotion side of, how we're feeling on certain cards, certain sets. We're really going off of those people, right? So when I go over my Excel spreadsheets, I go into the numbers, right? And we go over total values. The total values means the people like the cards inside of that set. When you do that and go off of that, that means you have a better chance at selling it and being more liquid later on because people actually like the set, right? And so let's take Perfect Order, for example. It just came out, new set, not very low value in the set, and it's reflected as this is the cheapest box right now. The cheapest booster box that you can have is Perfect Order. And I'm not buying a lot of Perfect Order because I believe in 3 years when I try and sell the product that I'm not going to be able to sell it as fast as I want to, rather than a Prismatic Evolutions or a 151, right? Those are easier sets to sell as people enjoy the cards, people enjoy ripping. We haven't gotten a full idea of how people are seeing Perfect Order investment wise, since it just came out, so we're still looking into that. But that is just a rundown of the perfect order. Perfect order I'm not getting into because of that reason, right? I don't think it's a good set. I don't want to buy things that I believe are bad sets, right? I only want to buy the things that I believe are good, something that I can sell later on as fast as possible if I needed to, right? If something happened, emergency came, I want to be able to sell my stuff as fast as I can, and in order to do that, you have to have something to sell that people actually want. And so it's easier to sell those main sets, right? And so those are the why that is why I mainly buy those. But sealed investing is I've never lost. I've never lost in sealed investing. So as long as you don't rip and you cannot get past that emotional barrier of holding on to product and not ripping it, then you can really go off of the numbers and watch the gains grow as the bull run is still here. I believe it's still here. We're making every sealed product is going up right now over time. Um, Pokemon Center still continues to not be able to get as much product as they can to support the demand of it. And so that is why sealed investing is going to do really well because there is a lot of people ripping. We are in the age of people are doing rip and ships everywhere, and the amount of packs that are just being shredded every single day is exponentially higher than it has ever been still. And I still believe that. And so long term for us, that is great because we want people to continue to rip this, and that means there's less sealed product out there in general, which improves and grows our assets. So we want to support the rip and ships. We want to support people ripping the product because when people do that, then that makes us more money, right? The people that are just sitting on the product because there's less out there, right? People will continue to rip these packs, and eventually there will be a time where they don't make any more of them, and people will continue to rip them, and that will just grow our assets in general, right? And so the whole point is for us to get to that point where the Pokemon Center Company is not producing anymore, and we are continuing to open and rip product, right? We want to see people ripping everything. And so, with that, with people continuously ripping and us holding, it reflects the market as there's not as much to sell eventually, right? So, we're seeing that in 151, right? 151 people, it's hit a point where it is at $620 for a regular ETB for 151. And so as people continue to buy, there's just less out there because people are putting it on their shelves, they're not selling it. And that is also increasing us in assets because if people aren't selling, that means there's less on the market to buy. And when there's less on the market to buy and there's high demand, then people will continue to pay more to get that certain product because they want it. And that's the whole game. That's what we want to do. We want to sit on product and really want to get down your buy and sells, right? You want to at least double your money because the buy and sell range for sealed product is around the 70 to 95% mark, right? So when I sell, I'm looking to sell at that percentage, right? I want to sell my product at that percentage because I don't just sell one thing. I'm selling, 10 ETBs at a time. And so you have to sell at a percentage as the business owners. You want to be selling to those business owners because that's where the capital is at. That's where the money's at. I haven't seen too many consumers that don't have a business around Pokemon that are buying, 20 plus ETBs or booster boxes at a time. It's just harder to see that. So really getting in with the business owners to sell that product, right? Join Discords, join Facebook Marketplace groups. You want to have people that you can sell to, right? And once you get to that point where, you see enough gains in the product that you have over time, then it's time to sell, right? I can't decide that for you. You have to decide that for yourself, whether it is a good time to sell this. And what am I doing with this product, right? Why am I buying Pokemon cards, right? Am I buying Pokemon cards so I can look at it and it looks pretty? Or am I buying Pokemon cards to invest, right? I buy it to invest and collect, right? I do like to collect at least one of each item, but I mainly invest, right? I want to put my money towards something that I believe is going to double faster than anything else, right? And Pokemon has been doing that. It's been outcompeting, my stock market investments and my just every investment in general that I've ever done. Pokemon has outcompeted it by just keeping it sat in a closet. And that's the game. That's what we're doing, and that's what I think everyone has the ability to do that, and I think they should. I think everyone should care a little bit about money, and if you're gonna do a hobby anyway, you might as well make money off it since you enjoy it, right? Then thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe and give me a like and comment if you have any additional things that you would like to add or any videos that you guys would like me to do in the future. Thank you guys so much.